Okay, let's have one or two games this morning. HBsen. So I think I played D4. So Queen's Gambit, Slav territory, semi-Slav. Play this, I think. I can go for E4 later. Just prepare for E4. Right now, before Black plays E5. I think this might give White an edge. I think Capablanca used to play this plan. I have a funny feeling about it. In fact, B3 might be good. I'll try that. Bishop B2. So I'm trying to maintain a grip on E5 now. In fact, I can get a bishop and queen battery going now. If I get a queen over there. The concern is C takes D though. What would I do? Queen D3 CD. So it's a bit spoiled. Unless Queen E2 first and then delay the battery. First Rook moves and then the Queen can go to D3 later. So this will therefore be Knight takes D4. I have a 3-2 pawn majority as well on the Queen side. That's not really significant now though, so I'll just support, I think, that pawn for the moment. Okay, is D5 a move? Or D takes C, because if bishop takes, then bishop F6. So I think actually, I don't know, DC and bishop E5? Or D5, but the pawn's blockadable and I'll just be opening up with this bishop. Maybe just rook, a rook move. Because then D5 takes bishop F6, bishop F6 queen E8. So rook move to support D5. This might be good for bishop F6. So bishop B7, D5 takes bishop F6. Try that. So the queen's bearing down on E8. Right, so if G takes, then this is starting to look really good. So CD, I'll still have my battery with Queen E4 against H7. So he's allowing the exchange for two rooks. I'm going to go for it. Because I think Knight H4 to F5 is really dangerous, but Knight H4, Bishop H2, King moves, but he's still faced with Knight F5. I think that's just incredibly dangerous, Knight F5 here. So Bishop H2, King H1. I just think Knight coming to F5 is massive, and then also be D6 to disconnect the Queen, protecting the Bishop, if he's not careful. Okay, that's a point. So stopping Knight F5, unless Bishop F5 here, I'll try and forcibly get rid of that light squared bishop to get my knight to F5. Queen F4 there. Now it gets complicated. So G3, there's no Queen F3 check at the moment. There's Queen F2. But then maybe bishop takes C8. If bishop G3 takes, Queen G3 does rook G1. So G3, Queen F2, bishop takes C8, bishop takes G3, there's Knight F5 check there, King G6, rook G8, and I can take on G3. So I think G3 looks really good, unless I'm miscalculating this. G3 looks like a killer move here. Because if bishop takes C8, I think just Queen H4 and I'm dead. So I think G3. It's a bit of luck, I suppose, if this works, G3, because this was getting tactically quite dangerous. Okay, so bishop C8, there's no Queen F3, there's Queen G3, there's no rook G1 actually. So okay, I'm relying on Knight F5 then. So Queen G3, Knight F5, Bishop G3, Knight F5, I'm relying on Knight F5 basically. now. But then he will have Queen F3 at the end of it. Okay, Knight F5 here. Or is there better? Knight F5, King can go to H5, but then G4 check. King takes. I don't know. It's starting to get a bit messy. So is there anything more clear cut? Maybe just Rook move to G8, threatening Knight F5. Or I don't know actually. I should really think a bit quicker now before running out of time. So Knight F5 or G4. G4 Queen H4. I could go with Rook. I think I'll go with Rook G8. Even though I might be losing my Rook on F3 though. I'll just Rook takes G3, keeps the Knight on F3, Rook takes G3, Queen takes Knight F5 check. So if Bishop G3, I think just Rook takes G3 here. But I've only got 51 seconds now. But I think this is really good for the King safety element. If I can just get a tactic working now and defend my own King. Okay, so there's Bishop G4 here if I want it, and Bishop F3. I think I'll go for that. So Queen E4, Bishop F3. Right, so now I'm protecting my King, protecting Rook on D1. So Knight F5 is also threatening, as almost mating. But he's got Queen E5. Queen E5 can just take on H2 though. So I think this is all over. Bother shouting. I think he's resigned, yep. So that was a very interesting game. So I've played a quick E4. And I didn't want to exchange queens. I didn't want to play Queen D3, so I put the Queen on E2 temporarily. And then I noticed that D5 here was a good move. It's because of Bishop F6 in this position. And now, the two rooks I think are better than the Queen, so F5 is critical. Gains access to F5 for the Knight. But this G3 was quite a fortunate resource to have, because otherwise I might be in trouble. Comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks very much.